Hey, again, it's your boy, Dr. Hope, the trauma doctor. Listen, I'm a certified traumatologist. I specialize in alternative medicine, natural medicine, herbal medicine, functional medicine, you name it. Listen, the struggle is real. Have you had issues with brain fog lately? Have you had issues with concentrating lately? Do you work in a profession where there's a lot of trauma, as far as a teacher, social worker, a school counselor? Listen, you might be struggling with a situation or a condition called STS. STS stands for secondary traumatic stress. Sometimes we call it vicarious trauma. Listen, when you have been working in a field or a profession where there's a lot of trauma, as far as working with students with a lot of trauma, as far as working with clients with a lot of trauma, as far as working with patients with a lot of trauma, guess what? That trauma that you've been working with them sometimes can come on you. That's right. If you keep working in areas where there's a lot of trauma, sometimes other people's trauma can impact you, and now you are suffering from secondary trauma. And the big question is, well, what does that look like, Dr. Hope? I'm glad you're asking me, and I'm here to tell you for free that when you are suffering from some secondary traumatic trauma, secondary traumatic stress, known as STS, it opens the door for something called compassion fatigue, or opens the door for something called burnout. Have you been feeling burnt out lately? Have you been feeling emotionally exhausted lately? Have you been feeling irritable? Have you lost your passion for your job and for your profession? You might be suffering from STS, better known as secondary traumatic stress. Well, I got good news for you. The doctor has good news. The trauma doctor, yes, Dr. Hope, the trauma doctor, have good news for you. If you've been suffering from many of those conditions and symptoms, I got good news. Number one, you got to pour back into yourself. It is a sign that you have not done enough for yourself. I talk to so many people that do not do enough for themselves. You got to pour back into your cup. Your cup is empty, and you can't pour from an empty cup. If you're a teacher, you're a social worker, you're a counselor, you got to pour back into yourself. Number two, what else can we do, the trauma doctor? I'm glad you asked me. The next thing you can do, you got to set boundaries. You can't say yes to every single thing. Listen, it will burn you out. It'll keep you in balance, and it will tap out all of your energy. So got to set boundaries. Sometimes you got to say no. Sometimes you got to stand back, and you must stay in your lane. Thirdly, you need to see your doctor. When is the last time you got an exam? When is the last time you seen your physician? When is the last time have you seen your therapist? Get you some help, and then lean on others. Get into group sessions, group therapy, all kind of different communities that can help you in this area. Listen, I'm out, but it's time for you to pour back into your cup. If you're empty and your gas tank is empty, your cup is empty, it's time to pour back into yourself. So listen, I'm out. This is Dr. Hope, the trauma doctor, and I want to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Let's go.